Namaskar. Today you get to meet my alternate personality. Sweet, loving, I want to become Nepali girl. Okay. I know these kind of things are only funny to me, but they are. And I want to teach Nepali. And I thought of something. This time I'm coming prepared, and what I'm going to do with you, and not only this lesson, over the next coming lessons as well, I'm going to read a story in Nepali and translate it for you and explain some grammar along with it. And since there was a very famous Nepali poet who wrote very typical Nepali short stories. Yes, and I don't know if you've ever heard of him. You might have. His name is Sri Ernest Hemingway. Not funny today. Anyways, yeah, it's actually a Nepali translation of a short story by Hemingway. I decided for Hemingway, it's just the one that I like best. Oh God, my head. The book's called Vishwa Prasiddha Katharu, meaning famous songs from the world, or Vishwa Prasiddha Katha, global famous stories, something like that. So, and basically it's a collection from writers all over, famous writers all over the world, translated into Nepali. Okay, so the story, and I will do the first paragraph today. Okay, the story is called Birano Mulukma by Ernest Hemingway. Okay, after realizing that it's a long paragraph and I have to practice first to read it fluently to you, and I also only understand, say, 50% confidently of what I'm reading here. I decided to do, let's do the first 6 sentences, okay? And yeah, so I'm going to read them all first to you, and after that we go into grammar. And I think in between I'm going to switch clothes because it's really getting cold. It's not, I've switched the heating off already, and it's not warm really. Just like, no, we're not doing that. Let's be real for a moment. Okay, listen. The story is called Birano Mulukma, Ernest Hemingway. शरद मृत्यु लाग्यो कि लडाई चालिहाल्थ्यो तर हामीहरूले लडाईमै जान छोडिसक्यौं मिलानमा शरद मृत्यु निकै जाडो हुन्थ्यो चाँदै नै अँध्यारो हुन्थ्यो त्यसताक बिजुली बत्ती झलमल हुन्थ्यो झालबाट सडकतिर हेरिरहनु रमाइलो लाग्थ्यो बस. Okay, so now give me a short break. I'll translate everything for you, and yeah, we're gonna start learning some Nepali. I'll be back. Okay, guys, this is gonna be awesome. I'm excited because I'm actually gonna learn quite some stuff. I've already learned some new words. The only thing that I regret a little bit is choosing this story by Hemingway. I've never read it. It's the short story called Another Country, okay? I haven't read it before, and it's a little bit depressing, I fear. I haven't read it yet, just the same as you, I guess. But as far as I got by now reading it, from what I've read to you, it's not really flower power stuff. Okay, so let's start. Birano Mulukma. Birano actually is the first word, which of course I know the meaning since I know the original version now from of the story, means another. Birano. I looked it up in the dictionary. It's not in there. Sorry, I have to do this to you, but actually this is my dictionary. If you ever go to Nepal, find that. I can recommend this one. It's called the Concise Dictionary, the Nepali language, and it's written by, what's it? Compiled by Chandra Lal Singh from the publishers Educational Enterprises Limited from Mahankal, Kathmandu, Nepal. So it's really good. The script is in Nagari, in Nepali, so you have to be able to read that, but if so, it's quite a reliable source for Nepali words. So let me just look it up. I checked it before, but now I'm doubting myself that I've looked properly. Birano, Biman, Birano, Birai, Bira, China. Okay, Biram. Okay. Anyways, it has to mean another. And just what I want to say is Birano. Don't confuse it with Birami. Birami meaning ill and sick. Birano. I would say it's not such an important word because I haven't ever heard it before, so it's probably something not really used in spoken language. The next word, Birano Mulukma. Ma, we know that's the postposition meaning in. And Muluk is, this is an important word. It's another word like Desh. Muluk means the same, means country. Muluk, country. Desh, Muluk, both means country. Birano Mulukma, in another country. Okay, the first sentence is shut up. Oh yeah, I did a mistake when I read it the first time. It doesn't say Ritu, it says Ritu. There is no M in it. It's Ritu, Ritu, Ritu. Not in Ritu, it's it could be Ritu. If some Nepali feels inspired to comment on that, I'd love to learn this as well. I'm not so sure of that. So, Sharat Ritu Lagyu Ki Larai Chali Hartyu. And oh yeah, I just want to say, actually what could help you is get the original version of the short story and read along, but I'm not going to translate into this original version back again in the sense of take that as a guide, because I want to teach you Nepali. I don't want to teach you Hemingway, right? So we really translate what is written here. So if there's slight differences in meaning, don't be confused in case that could confuse you. I don't know. So, Sharat Ritu Lagyu Ki Larai Chali Hartu. Sharat Ritu. Two words, Sharat and Ritu. Sharat means autumn, and Ritu means season. Sharat Ritu is the season of autumn. Okay, sorry, I got interrupted, so it's quite some hours later, but where did I stop? I stopped at Lagio. Okay, Lagio. Yeah, it's a very important word, Lagio. Very often used, and because the usage of Lagio in its many forms will be more easy to understand if I give you a little bit understanding of the, say, origin, the history of the verb, the history of the meaning the etymology. The original meaning of laganu, which is the infinitive, is to attach, to stick. meaning you have something and you stick it to something else, like you would stick a you don't say stick, you like you put a picture at the wall, or I stick well, something to my face, or like you take something and you attach it to someone. Attach is a good word. Attach actually is a really good. Attach. To attach something. The act of doing it. Okay. Lagno. So, and now it's usually, I've actually, I, I can't remember that I really heard it used in this original meaning. Um, but what happens is they use lagno in the simple past, third person singular, in an idiomatic way, and that's very, very common. Lagio is the third person singular simple past, lagio, of lagno. Huh? The same way you make from the verb like garnu, gario, kanu, to eat, kayo, is a regular verb form, and lagio, meaning literally translated, it was attached. And in this sense, it's used actually instead, it loses its past meaning and turns into a present tense meaning, in the sense of if something was attached, by now it is kind of part of you or of it. So best translated lagio is actually, sometimes it means to feel something, sometimes it means to be something, but it generally describes a state, a condition. So you might say malay takai lagyo, which means I feel tired. But more better translated, to me tiredness was attached. Do you get the idea? In this here's the example. What is it? Sharad Ritu Lagyo. It was the season of autumn, but instead of just saying it was, it's like expressing that it had to come, and now it was autumn. Somehow a little bit there is a connotation of the passage of time. Now it is autumn, but there is this awareness of the moving of the season. So you say lagio, or how do you else use lagio? Good example. Timi Nepal gएर कस्तो लाग्यो? Meaning, when you went to Nepal, how did you like it? Lagyo, kosto lagyo. How did you like kosto? How, and lagyo, lagyo. How did you like it? How did you feel? Like, this is like someone, and Nepali speakers who are not that fluent in English, they remember those times. Like, they go like, how do you feel Nepal? And you go like, what? How do you feel Nepal? What? I'm feeling Nepal? That's a translation mistake. Comes from lagyo. Kosto लाग्यो, Nepal कस्तो लाग्यो? मलाई राम्रो लाग्यो. I liked it. Like राम्रो, good. It was attached good to me. Yeah, this is why I love language, because of these idiomatic stuff. It was attached good to me. No, goodness, no, sorry. Goodness was attached to me. Malai राम्रो लाग्यो. Again, so that's the first part of the sentence. And then it says, Sharad ritu lagyo ki larai chalihalthyo. Yeah, and honestly, I'm not so sure. It's a bit difficult to, for me. It's probably not for a Nepali speaker, but I don't really get it. I mean, I looked. So it was it was the season of autumn, And let's translate it like that. And the war was going on. Larai means war, war. Lardai, war. And Chali haltio. It actually is the infinitive of the main verb here is chalnu. Chali, chalnu, chali haltio. And this is something, I'm not going to explain it in detail right now, but this is something very typical in the Nepali language, or you find it also in the Hindi language. And they combine two verbs to add a connotation to the verb. Chali haltio. It still means, chalnu means move, to go on, like it's going on. And alnu. Alnu is a verb which means to put something in, like to put something in the water or wherever. Halnu, halnu. But in this kind of construction, it actually just expresses that it puts just some kind of emphasis on chalnu, sense of chalial to kind of, it still was going on. It still was going on. It's yeah, it's the best way I can grasp it. Any comments on that? More insight on that? Most appreciated. Okay, let's move on. I'm dragging it longer than it should be already. Tara हामीहरूले लडाईमा जान छोडिसक्यो. Tara, we had that before, means but. हामीहरू. Hami means we, and haru is just the plural suffix, which can be added or doesn't have to. It's like hami is we and hamiharu is we. It's the same. Can be left out, can be used. And hamiharu le, the le suffix is the significant, what is the grammar expression, the grammatical expression here, the term? Doesn't spring to my mind. Has something to do with the verb tense and the kind of verb that it's used. But I'm not explaining it right now. Ignore it for the moment. Ladai we had, ma we also had, jana chodisakyo. Jana we also had. It means, comes from the infinitive janu, to go. Ani chodisakyo. That's again is this verb was also missing the grammatical term. These are stuff I'll look up later. I'll probably post an annotation. It's also probably combined verb. What's it called? The main verb here is called chornu, to leave. Anisakyo means sagnu as a verb as such by itself would mean to finish, and in this way it's a past form of the verb, and meaning we already left. It's over. It's done. It's kind of a way to express a perfect tense. And the whole sentence means, but. So the first sentence was in the autumn season. It was autumn season, and the war was still going on. But we had already left, or we already stopped. Chornu can also mean to stop something, to stop doing something. We already stopped going to the war. Then the next sentence goes, Milanma sharat ritu nikkei jaado hunthyo. Milan is Milan, the city in Italy. In Milan, in Milan, sharat ritu, we had that, the season of autumn, the autumn season. Nikkei jaado hunthyo. Nikkei means very, very much. Jaado means cold. Ani hunthyo is it's simple past. The sentence means in Milan the season of autumn was or uh, was very cold. Was very cold, yeah. And the next sentence, Tade ne andihara huntu. Tade is also means also very. Ne is a particle which in itself doesn't really have a meaning. It Tade ne andihara huntu. Okay, then the next sentence says, Tes tak bijuli batti jhalmala hunthyo. And then tes tak means and then. Tak means toward. So meaning tak is a postposition. So and tes means this. Toward this, meaning toward this moment. Bijuli batti. Bijuli is electric or electrical, electricity or electrical. Batti means light, so the electrical light. Jhalmala means to become bright, not to become, means bright. And huntyo we had is was. And then the electrical light basically was switched on, became bright, or was bright. It's like it's basically what's happening here. Hemingway is describing. We have these sentences, and he's like, yeah, the first he's setting up the situation. There is a war still going on, but we're not going there anymore. Oh no, we're doing a little bit Hemingway, but I think it's important to get a little bit the feeling of the story. There's a war going on, but we're not there. The story is not there. But it's important first that you know there is a war going on. We're not there. We're not going there anymore. And then the next sentence, we are actually in Milan. And here the autumn is very cold. And it's very dark. And then this last sentence that we did, Testak bijuli batti jhalmala untyo. He suddenly takes us from this quite general description to the fact, and then the lights turned on, meaning, oh, we're actually in Milan, we're actually in the streets, the lights are turning on. It's very, I love that man. He knows how to work his language. He really knows how to work his language. And then he goes, the last sentence that we're doing, Jhal bata sadak tira heri rahano ramailu laktyo. And all of a sudden, even the person is introduced so subtly. The whole like, mwah, you have to love this man. I mean, if you have any appreciation for language, you'd be like, yeah. So jhal bata, jhal means from the window. Jhal means window, and bata means from. So from the window. Sadak tira. Sadak is the street. And tira is a postposition meaning towards. From the window towards the street. Heri rahano. It's again a combined verb coming from the main verb. Hernu, to look. Rahano means by itself to remain. In this context, expresses that a continuity of looking, like we look and look and look, not just like once, we look, like we keep staring out the window basically on the street. Sara jhalbata sadak tira heri rahanu ramailo laktyo. Ramailo means pleasant, nice, entertaining. Laktyo, also from lagno instead of lagyo. Laktyo means in this expresses a habit or instead of lagyo, it literally translated means it used to feel instead of it felt. Mm, lagyo. If you would say lagyo, you'd be like, झ्यालबाट सडकतिर हेरिरहनु रमाइलो लाग्यो. Yeah, he uses lactio because he's kind of telling a story, you know. It's something, he's not talking in past. He's not telling someone else, oh, you know, if you go to Milan and then blah blah blah, that's the situation, and then you stare out the window. It's much fun to stare out the window. That's not what he's talking. He's basically, in his very sweet and pleasant way, he's already introduced the what's it called, the main person of the story, the actor. No, it's not called the actor. The persona maybe. And even though he hasn't mentioned him, it's a he at all, but we already know there is a person, and that's why he has to use lagno, lactio. Okay, so yeah, I know I am actually not so satisfied because there are parts where my own say knowledge or awareness or whatever you want to call it, it's not nothing that I said is absolutely wrong, but sometimes it's not that clear. So really, don't ignore the annotations. They are important. I write the connect. I can't re-edit the video after I did it, or I'm too lazy. That's why. If you have questions, ask. Don't mind asking. And yeah, and I think I start really liking this idea. It's a lovely idea. I start liking this story. Even though I fear it might turn depressing because of all the Lardai story, like the war context and the whole you know, people being wounded and having to deal with blah blah, and in this kind of I mean, I know the Hemingway style has he knows how to create a very heavy atmosphere, heavy atmosphere. So that's what I meant when I said depressing earlier. Okay, that's it for now. I know this is a very long video already. Hope you enjoyed it. It's a lot this time, and it's gonna keep coming a lot. We're gonna read this story. It's 6.5 pages. We're gonna do that. No, I don't know if we're gonna do it. Well, but we'll do it for a while, and if I get really sick of it, or if I get too many complaints, I might consider doing something else. Yeah. Love you guys, really love you guys. Love you, Nepali people watching this. Love you who study Nepali or who, for whatever other reason, find some interest in watching this. It's yeah, love you might be too strong a word. I mean, I don't know you, but yeah, I feel some general love for you. I like you. It's just somehow I feel, yeah, that's the best word. I feel connected to you. It's not just I'm not just doing this only for my pleasure. I do this for my pleasure. I find a lot of pleasure in doing this, but yeah, it's nice to be sharing. It's nice to be sharing. I like that. Okay, it's late already. It's I just wanted to finish it by today. Wish you a lovely weekend ahead, and yeah, all the best. Bye.